The data in FormHandler can be filtered in a variety of different ways, and this is where the real power of FormHandler comes in. You can do that by using URL query parameters. So, for example, one of the query parameters can say column name equals value, and it will filter for that particular column equals value. In our example, let's filter for, let's say, country equals UK. So if we say ampersand country equals UK. So that's still preserving the format as HTML, and it's adding one more operator or one more filter, which is country equals UK. You see that we only have data for country is equal to UK. If I press the back button, you'll see the full data, which also had data for Germany and Japan. But when we add the criteria country equals UK, it only shows data for UK. Let's say we only want data for the channel direct. So that's just direct. And that gives us data only for direct as a channel. Now it's filtering by two columns, country and channel. And I can add a third column. I can say I want genre equals, let's say, Latin. And that gives us data for just one row. If any of these were missing, let's say we had some dummy genre that doesn't exist, then it returns a data set that has no data. Now, this is one way of filtering with equals. Now, I can specify multiple values here. So let's say I want to see not just the direct channel, but either the direct channel or the partner channel. So when I say and channel equals partners, yeah, that I spelled that wrong. So now it shows channel direct as well as partners for UK. The reason this works is if I have channel is equal to something and channel is equal to something else, that acts as an OR condition. But if I have column equals something and a different column equals something, different columns are ANDed, the same column is ORed. It's possible to put in another, let's say channel equals stores, and we now have direct stores and partners as explicit filters. We can also specify not equal to as a filter. So that's simply by saying exclamation equals. So for example, if I say country not equal to UK, then that shows me every country other than UK. I can do this for multiple parameters. I want the country not to be equal to UK and country not equals Japan. So that shows everything except UK and Japan. We can also check for null values. In this particular data set, we don't have null values, but if we did have null values and you simply, let's say country had null values and you simply said and country, it would show only those values, only those countries that had a null, a non-null value. Similarly, it's possible to filter for not null values also. So if you say question mark, let's say country exclamation mark, that will show you all of those rows where country is null and we don't have any such rows. You can also apply comparisons, greater than, less than. So let's say I want everything with a sales greater than 100. So that's size greater than equal to 100. Let's say I want everything that's greater than UK alphabetically. So that's country greater than equal to UK. And that does not show me UK, it shows me everything after UK. You might be misled a bit because there's an equal to here. Keep in mind that this equal to is like saying country is greater than UK. It's a way of grouping these together. It's not actually the mathematical operator equal to. But if you did want to specify that equal to operator, the way to specify it is using a tilde. So country greater than tilde equals UK says either UK or greater than UK. In other words, greater than or equal to UK. Similarly, you could say less than or equal to UK. That shows UK, Germany, and Japan, but not US. And if you said strictly less than UK, that would show you Germany and Japan. Obviously, this works just the same way for size prev, and you can, this needs to be a number. Let's say prev less than 100. or prev greater than 100, and I can say and size greater than equals 100. So that's where size is over 100 and prev is over 100. Let's see if I can get it over 1000. There's nothing over 1000. So size is over 500, nothing over 500. 200, yeah, that's where size is over 200 and prev is over 100. This apart, we can also do a search. For example, if I want all countries that have the letter U in them, country tilde equals U, that shows me UK and US. If I say country tilde equals E, that shows me only Germany. Country tilde equals A, that shows Germany and Japan. That's because Germany has an A and Japan has two A's, in fact. I can also look for countries that don't have an A, and that's by using exclamation tilde. That's exclamation tilde equals A. So these are the countries that don't have the letter A in them. You can combine these as well. So you can say country not equal to A and channel tilde equals, let's say, S. So that's stores because it ends with a small s, and partners because it ends with a small s. This apart, you can also filter the output using control parameters. One is to limit the rows. Underscore limit, all the control parameters start with an underscore to help distinguish them from column names. So you're better off avoiding columns that have an underscore in them. Underscore limit, for example, shows only a specified number of rows. So if I said underscore limit equals 3, that shows only 3 rows. And it starts with the first row and picks the next 3 rows. We can shift the offset, that is the starting row, by using underscore offset. Underscore offset is 0 by default, but let's say instead of showing the first row, I want to show from the second row onwards. So song equals Germany should now be the second row. I can say underscore offset equals 1, and that moves the second row to the first row. In other words, it starts with an offset of 1. I can start with an offset of 2, that pushes it down further by 1 row, and you'll see that this becomes pretty easy for pagination. It's possible to sort based on any column, so you use the underscore sort is equal to operator. Let's say we sort by country. Now it's sorted alphabetically with Germany coming up first, followed by Japan, followed by Russia, and then UK and the US. I could sort in descending order by prefixing the column name with a hyphen or a minus. So minus country reverses the order. I can sort by numerical column as well. Sort in descending order of size, so that shows me the largest sales, or sort in ascending order of size, that shows me the smallest sales first. I can combine multiple sort orders. So I can say sort first by country. So that's sorted by country. And then within that, sort by channel, underscore sort equals channel. So now within Germany, we have all the direct and then partner and then store channels. Within that, I can choose to sort by genre. So African, alternate, and so on. And I could still continue. If there were more ways of sorting, I could sort first by size, then by prev, and so on. Now, the order of sorting can be changed. If you want to sort first by genre and then by country and channel. So now it shows all the African songs first, or African segment first, followed by alternate, followed by Asian, and so on. So the order matters here, and these also can be combined as ascending and descending orders. You can specify a set of columns to be included or excluded. Supposing I only want to show the, let's say, country channel. I said country, channel, and size. I don't want the rest. So I can say underscore C equals country and underscore C equals channel and underscore C equals size. That shows only the 3 channels that I've chosen. Or if I wanted to exclude a column, let's say I want to show everything except the category column, which seems to be the same right across. So I can say underscore C exclamation mark equals. So underscore C exclamation equals category will. My apologies, I got the syntax wrong. It's underscore C equals minus, just like sort. So underscore C equals minus category, that removes the category column. By default, we have category, but if I say underscore C equals minus category, that removes the category column. I can say underscore C equals minus prev, and that removes the prev column as well. This apart, there's also the option to add metadata, but we'll explain that in the section related to metadata. We can also group the data and aggregate the results. So, for example, let's take the raw data. Let's say I want to find the total size and prev by country. I can say underscore by, which is the group by, equals country. So that's grouped by the country, and it automatically shows the size summed up and the prev summed up. I can also choose to group by multiple columns. So I say by country and by genre. So now Germany, African, that's the total, and so on. What we can do is specify custom aggregations as well. So if instead of summing, I want, let's say, the count. Let's say I want to count the number of songs, the number of let's take it by channel. Yeah. So in each country, in each channel, I want to know how many genres are being sold. So for that, I can say underscore C equals genre pipe count. Underscore C equals genre pipe count. So that shows me, instead of the sum of size and the sum of prev, the count of the genres. So in Germany, there are 13 genres that are being sold across all of the channels, but in Russia, only 3. In UK, depending on the channel, the number of genres vary, and so on. I could then say underscore C equals to size, which I could sum. But instead of summing it, I could also take the min, average, max, any of these. So size, let's say, what is the minimum? Now I can add another column saying size max. That tells me the max. And I could add a column saying size AVG, which gives me the average of size. I could do the same for previous as well. Instead of size, I put in prev, min, prev, max, and prev average. And that gives me all of those details as well. I could potentially add sum to this list too, but that has the 4 operators that we can use. Now, once we have this data set, we can apply filters and sorting to this. Supposing I want to sort by the minimum size, or let's say average size, which segment has the smallest average size? I can say underscore sort equals size pipe AVG. So now this Russia stores channel has the lowest average sales, whereas US stores channel has the highest average sales by genre. I could again sort by multiple columns. I could say sort first by country, and sort is equal to channel. So that would sort by these, or I could sort by country and then size min, size max, any of these orders. I could also filter. Supposing I want to find all of those, let's sort it by size average again. Now I want everything that has a sales of, let's say, 50, average sales of 50 or more. So I can now say filter by size pipe average. That's the post filter. That's the post aggregation filter. So the average size greater than equal to 50. So that's everything that's above 50 or less than 50. Now there is another kind of filtering that you might want to do. If we take the raw data and ask ourselves a question, what is the sales in UK for all the units that had a size greater than 20? I'm not interested in looking at the 12 or the 0.2 or so on. I only want those where size is greater than equal to 20, and then aggregate it. That's fine too. So you can say and by equals country, and that adds up the values for where the size was greater than 20. Now keep in mind that size greater than or equal to 20 is different from size pipe sum greater than or equal to something else, let's say 100. So now Russia has smaller sales and that gets chopped off because size pipe sum was not greater than 100. But size greater than or equal to 20 filters before, size pipe sum greater than or equal to 100 filters after. So you have the option of applying the filters before the grouping as well as after the grouping, and sorting and pagination work as you might expect. So what you saw in these last few minutes was a flexible way of taking data that's tabular in any form and applying the same kinds of operations that you would be applying to a data set using SQL, but using REST queries.